Welcome to the Get Fit Guys, quick and dirty tips to slim down and shape up. My name is Ben Greenfield. I'm the Get Fit Guy, and in today's episode, I'm going to tell you why you may want to consider not going to the gym and give you a few cool alternatives I've been playing around with instead. So, I recently read this article on Bloomberg.com called Walt Whitman is Not Impressed by Your Expensive Gym Membership. Now, I'll link to this article. If you just go to quickanddirtytips.com, look for the show notes for this episode, which is entitled Why You Should Quit Going to the Gym. Now, the article details how, way back in 1858, the American poet Walt Whitman wrote a series of newspaper columns on the topic of manly health and training. One such column discussed avoiding the gym and shows how much of a big believer in outdoors exercise that Whitman was instead. He says, places of training and all for gymnastics exercises should be in the open air. Upon the turf or sand is best. Cellars and low-roofed attics are to be condemned, especially the former. He also encouraged learning and practicing bodyweight exercises that one could do anytime, any place. For example, to toss a stone in the air from one hand and catch it in the other hand as you walk along for half an hour or an hour at a stretch. To throw forward the arms with vigorous motion and then extend them or lift them upward. To pummel some imaginary foe with stroke after stroke from the doubled fists. To take very long strides rapidly forward and then more slowly and carefully backward. To clap the palms of the hands on the hips and simply jump straight up, down 2 or 3 minutes at a time, to spring over a fence and then back again and again. These and dozens more of simple contrivances are at hand for everyone, all good and conducive to manly health, dexterity, and development, and for many preferable to the organized gymnasium, because they are not restricted to place or time. Wow. What a man after my own heart. You know, I've certainly written a comprehensive article in the past about how you can use what's called the natural movement, like crawling, lunging, carrying, swimming, hiking, and all manner of outdoor ambulation to gain massive improvements in athleticism and fitness, all while breathing in the fresh air, getting nourishing sunlight, and exposing your body to elements like heat and cold, both of which can improve longevity, fat loss, and more. Now, I've also highlighted the concerningly high levels of carcinogens in the air of the average fitness center, as well as significant amounts of harmful bacteria on the surfaces of fitness equipment like treadmills and weight training machines, and the host of pollutants and airborne pathogens that you encounter in the gym. I'll link to all the articles I've written on this stuff before if you just go to quickanddirtytips.com and look for the show notes for this episode about why you should quit going to the gym. Now, in this article, I'm going to fill you in on 5 easy workouts that I have in my back pocket that I can do anywhere I have access to the outdoors, which frankly is just about anywhere. And if I'm in a polluted city, I pull out of the few damage mitigating strategies that I also have talked about in a previous article to keep my body from getting too assaulted by pollution, such as intake of antioxidants, vitamin C, etc. And I'll link to that article in the show notes as well. So let me give you my tips. First is a pole walk. For this, I'll grab a pole, like a PVC pipe or an ash rake handle or a broomstick. Then I set out on a walk. Now, every 100 yards or so, I stop for exercises like overhead squats holding the pole overhead while maintaining tension on both ends of the pole, walking lunges while twisting the pole from one side to the other, mountain climbers while holding the pole against the ground, or overhead shoulder passes from the front of the hips to the back of the hips with the pole. That is how you can exercise and go on a walk outdoors with a pole and have a fantastic workout. I just did that this morning. Okay, let's jump into the second method that I exercise outdoors in a very easy way. I call them breath hold walks. So for these, I head on a walk with the goal of breathing through my nose for the entire time using a breath pattern of 4 count in, 4 count hold, 4 count out, 4 count hold. This is called box breathing. Now, about every 5 minutes, I take a deep breath and just hold my breath for as long as possible. This form of breathwork meditation as you walk leaves you feeling as though you completed a yoga class or deep meditation, but you burn calories, get fresh air, and move all at the same time. Next is jumping jack walks, which is a great workout if you've been flying on an airplane and are jet-lagged and too tired for a tough workout, or you've just had a long day and you don't feel like hitting the gym. For this, just go on a walk, and every 5 to 10 minutes, stop and do 100 jumping jacks. That's it. It's that simple. And you can certainly combine this strategy with any of the other outdoor workouts in this episode. Next is uphill hikes with breath holds back down. So for this one, which I often do when I'm hunting or camping or in the mountains, I'll pick a steep hill or mountain and walk up it as fast as I can for 10 or 20 or 30 minutes. That's the hardest part of the workout. Then when I get as far as I want to go, I just turn back around and do workout number 2, which is the breath hold walk as I go back down the hill, which means that I'm holding my breath, often sidewinding from side to side as I walk down the hill to work my hips and my lateral muscles and my breath work a bit more than I did when walking uphill. And then I have my kettlebell or heavy object walks. And this workout gives you a good combination of resistance training and cardio. Just put a backpack on and put a weight, a rock, a log, or even a baby or child inside. And yeah, I used to do this with my twin boys when they were young. And you can read more about working out with your kids in my episode on how to work out with your kids, which I'll link to over at quickanddirtytips.com. Or you could just go there and do a search for kids fitness or children fitness. Now, alternatively, you can grab a heavy object like a kettlebell or a dumbbell and go on a long walk, but you can stop every few minutes for exercises like kettlebell swings, presses, squats, or any other resistance-based exercise. So, as you can see, the sky's the limit when it comes to creative ways to move outdoors. Now, if you have your own workouts to add, then you can leave them for others to try in the comments over at quickanddirtytips.com. And if you want to join the conversation and add more, you can also go to facebook.com/getfitguy, where we always have fantastic conversations going on about fitness. So until next time, I'm Ben Greenfield, the Get Fit Guy, asking you, what are you waiting for? Go get fit.